Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. And if you're not new, please welcome back again. I'm so grateful that you're here again. I hope you subscribed, and if you're new, also subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it. So today I'm doing this palazzo pants or wide leg pants. The waistband is elastic and it has two side pockets, and then yeah, that's how it's looking. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'll start with the waistline. So I'm just doing a straight line across there for the front waistline, and I'll measure quarter my hip measurement plus allowance. So if you want this to fit tight, just add 1 inch for sewing allowance, but if you want it a bit loose, you can add maybe 2 inches. And then measuring vertically, I'll do the hip measurement plus the crotch measurement. Usually the crotch is just 2 inches below the hip line, so that's it. And then at the crotch measurement, I'll square it up with my hip measurement plus around 2.5 to create that crotch. So from the initial waist measurement, I just added 2 inches at the crotch across. I hope that makes sense. And then now measuring the full length of my pants. Ensure you add the hem, yeah, the hemline, the hem fold. If your hem is usually like 1 inch to fold, add 1 inch at the bottom, and then square that up. If you want your pants to be really wide legged, go with the same hip measurement at the bottom, but I didn't want them so baggy, so I did like quarter my hip minus 2 inches, and that's the shape I got. So they're still wide legged but not too much. And this fabric is on fold, so the edge over there is the selvage. So as I cut, I'm cutting 2 pieces for the front. So this is my pieces, and I'm going to use just 1 piece to replicate the back piece. Not really replicate, but I'm going to use it as a guide to create the back pattern or the back pieces. You can also use that same front the way it is, like you can cut 4 of them to make this pant. But if you want a better fit, it's better to just create a separate back, because as I always said, the body is different, like because of the hips. In the back you need a higher or a bigger crotch line or fly line. Yeah, let me just call it a crotch line. The back needs a bigger one because of the hips, so it's just better to create a different pattern for the back piece. But you know, if the initial pants are overly baggy, like you added like 2 inches allowance to it, you can get away with doing 4 pieces for the 4 front pieces to make the whole pant. I hope I did not complicate the issues, but yeah, if you want like a more fitted type of design where the back is still the same length as your waistline, you need to add about 1 inch at the crotch line for the back pieces, as well as around 2 inches at the inseam of your pants. So I'm just cutting the pocket, and I usually just put my hand there, figure out the shape and cut it out, just ensuring that my hand will fit into the pocket and it's not too big or too small. And so I cut 4 of these because I want pockets on both sides of my pants. And then I'll start pinning the pockets into the pants or the pant pieces. It's easier to pin before going to the machine because it just saves on time. And so I'm pinning about 3 inches from the top of the pants, but I realized they were too low. So if you're doing pockets, maybe go 1.5 inches from the top, especially if you're going to be adding a waistband. But if you're not adding a waistband, it just depends. But yeah, I'd say 1.5 inches from the top would be a nice position to start. So I'm pinning all these pieces on the 4 pieces of the 4 pant pieces, ensuring they're at the same position from the top so that they match when I start sewing. And also ensure that you're pinning on the right side of the fabric. So I'm going to sew the sides into the fabric first. So after all those pockets are into the seams, I'm going to take the front pieces and attach the crotch line. So it would be better to overlock your pieces before you start sewing, but you can always sew your items, finish them and then overlock. It just depends with, do you have time, but it's definitely better to overlock before you start attaching them. So these are the back pieces, and I'm just going to do the same crotch, sew the crotch together. Remember, right side's kissing. So then we are moving to the side seams. Ensure that the pieces are lying together like that, and we will start at the top, go through the pocket and then down the seam to the hem. So sometimes I just pin the pocket so that it doesn't move, especially just at the seam below the pocket. You want it to look aligned. And then when I'm done with the pocket, I reinforce, I stitch upwards a bit, and then I go back down. And the reason why I stitch up a bit is because the pocket, the way I cut my pocket, it's a lot of room for the hand, so I stitch up just to remain with about 5 inches for the hand to be able to go into the pocket. So that's one side seam. Onto the next. So yeah, the pocket, to the pocket. And then once done with the pocket, I sew up a bit and then back down all the way to the hemline. And then next I'm sewing the inseam, starting with the crotch where the seams meet at the crotch. So I'll do one leg and then move on to the next leg. Okay, so I have waistband over here. Sorry I did not show you as I was cutting it, but the waistband is 42 inches by about 5 inches, and my waist, the elastic waistband, I just cut according to what fit around my waist. So because this the band I'm sewing right now was a bit big, I'm sewing around the 1.5 inch, which is the width of my elastic, so that my elastic can fit through the casing I'm creating with the waistband. And then of course I'll cut the excess off. So I had needed about maybe 4 inches of the waistband, 4 by 42, but this is big. It's even probably bigger than 5 inches, I don't know. So I'm just cutting the excess so that I can be able to pass the elastic into this casing. And there we go. This is the elastic. It's about 1.5 inches in width, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to secure the elastic inside the casing, rouge up all the fabric to fit comfortably in the casing. Just make sure that the casing is the gathers in the elastic, I don't know, just rouge it up so that it's uniform. Yeah. So there are a couple different ways to actually do this. I went with this because I thought it was an easier method, but if you have other methods, please comment down below. How would you do this type of waistband for your outfits? So I'm just going to close up those edges so that it becomes one complete band, like that. And now we are ready to attach it to the pants. So I'll just start with that seam I've just created on the band, attach it to the back seam, and then sew all round. So because the waistband is the same, the waistband is the same length as the waist on the trousers, just pull through the band so that it's straight as you sew onto the trousers. Wow, am I making sense? Yeah, don't sew on any gathers on the waistband. Pull it so that it's straight as you put it on the trousers, so that the waistband can fit nicely, because the waistband and the trousers, they are the same width. And with that, we are done. So you can go ahead and take care of your edges, whether you want to overlock them. And then, okay, hem your pants, hem the bottom of your pants as well. So here we are. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to make better tutorials and things like that, so please encourage me by leaving me a like and a comment. Are you going to try this? All of that. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching.